Hi there, it's Lori at Positive Thanks Living. I'm doing Junk Journal July, Meg Journals, and Get Messy Art. And I've started already. I've made a accordion journal. See, it folds out like this. The end result is going to go to my mom. And she's struggling with age and stage of life. And when you have issues with dementia and such, I'm learning a lot about the experience, and texture is important, sound is important, and being encouraged as much as she can understand still. I'm not sure. She lives about 500 miles away from me, so I don't see her regularly other than on video. So this is the cover, and this image here of this little girl reminds me of our granddaughter, possibly in the future. It's her gaze. It's this determined but still pleasantly confident gaze. And I'm using scripture. My mother practicing her faith has been a large part of her life. So I'm trying to put things in there that are familiar to her. So day one was good vibes. And I was thinking, for good vibes, love, what else is a good vibe for love, and even more love. Love for each other, love for Christ. Day 2 was, here it is. Day 2 was a pop of color, and I chose this yellow hummingbird. And I have scripture and a little card inside an envelope with the scripture on it, and this crinkly painted paper, tracing paper. Day 3 was negative space, and I had these left over, the outline of it, left over from a tea journal. It's like this. I'm using up my scraps from other journals that I've made, and so I thought that would be perfect for negative space. To be candid, I had to Google what negative space in art means. I had a sense, but I wasn't exactly sure. And this is another die cut thing. So I made this for negative space, which was day 3. And today, day 4. And day 4's prompt is tickets and tags, right there. And to do that, I put together a few things from this is an old glassine bag, and I tore it so it would fit on the page. And the scripture I chose was about the Lord will go with you, God goes with you. So the hymn that I chose, my mom, she played the piano and organ at church until she was in her mid-70s, could be later, but don't remember exactly. So having hymns in this journal, hopefully that'll be familiar for her. And I thought to go with that, God goes with you, he leadeth me, would be a good hymn for that. So we'll add that to the layout. And it's tickets and tags, going places, seeing things. My mom, she loved travel. She traveled from the time she was a widow at 51. She traveled the world and loved every minute of it. Here's a tag, and when you have dementia issues, you try and add things that are tactile. So here is a ribbon that's velvet, and this one I thought I'd add some embossing, so it's a little place to do that. So I'm going to go and speed up this as I do my crafting, and we'll see you at the end. working on attaching those tags, those tickets, and trying to make it work well. I can't decide whether I want to use that page, that insert. Nah. And then I decided no, eventually. I'm going to put that pretty image that's from Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. Purchased a few of her digitals just to add to my stuff. And yeah, just trying to make it make sense. Nope, don't like that. It's funny, I was recording this and everybody was waking up. It's July the 4th. And of course in the USA, it's a holiday. I figured I would do it, my voiceover, my recording, my everything early in the morning, hopefully before our community wakes up. We live in an apartment complex, and I anticipate it being a very loud kind of day, celebratory. But as I was filming this, my husband woke up and started showering and everything, so now I'm doing a voiceover, this part. Because as you live in a small apartment, there's noises, and that can detract from a crafting video. So here I am with making this day 4 and adding tickets and the one tag that has embossing on it. I like just having a little bit sticking out, that ribbon, and the little bit of color to echo the color of the ticket that I put on first. And I glue the top part down, just something different to do, because if I were to put it through like you'd normally do with a tag and a ribbon, then you couldn't open it to write on. I'll use it to write on a little note to my mom. And I need something in that empty space, so I decided on, eventually, you'll see, I pick out some of the lace and have a little bit of a struggle putting it down. I don't know. Maybe it's the glassine bag that's the problem. Do you have issues with gluing things on glassine bags? I start with a glue stick, and that doesn't work well. So then I go to the art glitter glue. And here I am trying to stick it down, and my fingers are getting sticky, so my fingers lifted up. You know, the issues that we all have when we're doing our crafting. So I use this silicone spatula, and that works a little bit better. But the art glitter glue, that's what eventually makes it stick properly, which is exciting because I was getting a little frustrated, I must say. And then finishing it off with that little bit of hymn and a little bit of scripture verse. I had put down the collect beautiful moments, and I decided I didn't want it there. I'd rather have more texture. I really like the lace that I've chosen because it looks like it's flowers growing, and that matches the background paper. The background paper is from Attic Lane, their her Printemps, which is spring background paper. And I had made a journal with that paper, I don't know, a while ago. And, you know, you have leftovers, so that's what I put on there. And I'm just finishing up, making sure it folds properly. And I tried to place that ticket properly on there so that it would fold well. Cleaning up my little bits and pieces. I'm really liking my separated box. It's got 3 areas. It was from our grandchildren's. They had some puzzles in there. Reviewing what I've done. Yeah, and there's day 4. I think we're done. Day 4. It's wonderful that you've joined me. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all the subscribers, those that have been with me for a while and those that have just come. I invite you to subscribe and watch more. Take care. It's Lori, Positive Thanks Living.